I have never read a romance novel until now. Nerd Nation. So recently I was talking to my wife as we do, right? We conversate. And uh, I can't remember exactly what we were talking about, but at one point she looked at me and says, "Well, you've never read a romance novel." And I thought to myself, "Yeah, I have." And she goes, "What romance novel have you ever read?" And I go, "Hunger Games." And she looks at me and says, "No, that's not a romance novel." I go, "Well, I also read Divergent." And she said, "That also doesn't count." So apparently I've never read a romance novel, but I am interested in finding out what it's all about, right? So there's a lot of readers out there, huge readership in romance. I think it's pretty much the number one selling genre. And eyes wide open going into this, I there, likely it's not going to change so that I read a lot of romance novels, I'm assuming. And likely it's not going to change that I'm going to write romance novels, right? But I recognize there's some powerful and emotional moments that go into writing these novels. And as a writer and someone that also encourages other people to write and get better at their craft, I'm always harping on learning ceases when you know the answer. So as soon as you think you've figured out writing, then you cease to progress in writing or whatever aspect that you are trying to master, right? And so I'm always preaching master your craft and then always get better. So what I'm hoping to accomplish in this sort of foray into the romance genre is figure out and identify those and distill those powerful elements that are drawing readers in, right? And try to see if I can't distill some of those great moments and incorporate it into my writing, right? I'm also hoping to enjoy a good book, get a different perspective, and and kind of see what all the hype is about. So the book that I have selected, I know absolutely nothing about it. There are some book talkers that I follow pretty faithfully, and I keep seeing this book pop up, right? Um, into the blue. So I have no idea what to expect. I have no expectations going into it. This comes highly recommended on multiple channels for multiple book talkers. So, anyway, any advice you have for me going into it, I'd much appreciate it. I plan on doing a review once I get done reading it, um, reviewing it, and just kind of talking about it and seeing kind of how everything went. So, if you have any advice for me going into this, please leave a comment below, and I'd love to see what it is. Anyway, take care, and I'll touch base with you in a little bit.